Hello and welcome to this week's Daily Races review. The daily races through the eyes of a below average skill player. So if you're looking for super GT levels of gameplay, well, you are in the wrong place. So if you do go on to enjoy this video, let me know in the comments and we can make this a weekly thing. So we have three very different races. We have one meme race, a race full of contact, and one that is full of contact but in a different way. So let's begin with Daily Race A. This week's Daily Race A is a meme event. We have a single lap around Special Route X. Now the last time we saw this event come to a game, we had the choice of vehicles between the 4GT and the 4GT. We only had one vehicle, which meant the name of the game was Strategy. When are you going to stop slipstreaming? When are you going to take advantage of it? Well, this time around we actually have 10 different vehicle options. Everything ranging from 90s JDM to American muscle all the way up to full on hypercars. So there's a little bit of everything for everyone. Now, something else to just add a bit of spice to the event, we have nitrous enabled. So out of the vehicles, I've seen great results come from the Lamborghini Aventador, the Mercedes AMG Black Series, as well as the Mazda RX-7. But the go-to and the one you're most likely to see in this event has to be the Bugatti Chiron. This event is a very light-hearted, non-serious event compared to the other two. So this is just really a playful, really fun event because there is really no way to guarantee yourself a win. There's no even need to qualify, because if you qualify in front, you're gonna drop through the pack, because slipstreaming is the name of the game, and it leads to some very close race finishes, to a point where the game doesn't even know who won. As you can see on screen now, I was clearly in second place from the vehicle's front wheel being ahead of me. Even if we look on the radar, the car was in front of me, but somehow I still got the win. I'm not gonna complain, but if I was Toto, I'm chucking my controller at a wall. But as I said, it's not really a serious race that you would need to end up raging over. But let's just say this race isn't your cup of tea. No, you want an event where you can see yellow flags guaranteed every lap, being able to send people to the shadow realm, and just pure carnage. Well, do I have an event for you. Daily Race B sees us take Group 3 vehicles around Nürburgring sprint layouts. It is a 6-lap event where you don't have to worry about tire wear, you don't have to worry about fuel consumption. You just have to worry about setting the fastest lap as possible and making around turn 1 alive. Now, to be honest with you here, you need to qualify and you need to set a really good time to make it out of turn 1 in one piece. Because if you end up in the middle of a pack, well, you are visiting old barrier. So just avoid that, and look, there's gonna be a lot of contact. Maybe it's just because of the driver class I'm in, but there was a lot of contact every single race. And a corner that actually catches a lot of people out is this one on screen right now. As you can see, I was one of them. I braked so hard I actually changed my camera angle, so I had to quickly adjust that and get back to racing. Now usually you're able to pick up on a meta vehicle by looking at the leaderboard, but you don't even have to do that, because the best car to use for this event, considering the fact that almost every second person is using it, has to be the Porsche 911 RSR. So if you want to have a chance of winning or just see what the hype is about, that is the vehicle you need. And as I said, just watch out, because there is a lot of contact, a lot of penalties everywhere. So if you hit a car off circuit, that's 4 seconds. If you cut a corner, that is going to be half a second, just depending on the severity of your corner cutting. And don't be surprised if you reach turn 1 and you are just somewhere else completely off circuit. Do be careful about that. But hey, it is a really fun race, really close racing, and overall it's a really good time. But as I said, this race is going to involve a lot of raging, a lot of swearing, and just a lot of contact. So that's the main thing that you need to worry about. So if you are trying to preserve your your sportsman level, well, I wouldn't suggest this event because someone's gonna bang you, someone's gonna brake check you, and the chance of there being an accident is incredibly high. I mean, if you are just watching this footage, you can see that there's carnage, and we're only on lap 2, and there's about 6 people that have completely gone off circuit. So yes, it is very intense, very difficult, but hey, it is super fun. And lastly, let's go over Daily Race C. With Daily Race C, it brings us to Mount Panorama. We have to go around the circuit 8 times with a mandatory tire change to racing hards. Now we are going to be doing this in group 4 vehicles, so it's really just all over the place on which is your favorite and the fastest to use. But a common one that I saw was the Nissan Silvia group 4 vehicle. That car was the most popular in the race that I did, so I don't know if it's meta, but hey, it's seeming like a very strong crowd favorite. Now I would advise you to qualify if you want a real good chance of winning this event, but fun fact, the Ford Mustang that is behind me actually went on to win this event. So if you're lucky or if you have the skill, you might not even need to qualify, because as you can see, the Ford Mustang that's starting behind me and that did not qualify went on to win the entire event. So it's really all up to your skill level. Now this event requires a lot more strategy compared to the other races, because you need to decide if you're starting on racing hards, racing mediates, intermediates or wets. So of course you have that mandatory pit change. You also have to look at your fuel consumption, if you're going to keep your vehicle on fuel map level 1 or if you're going to play around with it and conserve as much fuel as possible. So for me, I went on fuel map level 1 and tried to push it as hard as possible, but then I thought, you know what, I don't know how good this car's fuel economy is, so let's just play it safe and run with fuel map level 3. Now the biggest enemy of Daily Race B, the biggest enemy was players. Well, this has to be the barriers, because with Mount Panorama being a very tight circuit, a little bit of a collision with the barrier will reward you a 1.5 second penalty, and in racing that is quite close. 1.5 seconds is the break between you winning the event and coming in 8th. So in order to guarantee yourself a good standing, avoid slamming into walls and also rear ending and sending people off circuit, because that will also reward you over 4 seconds in penalties. So just be careful, and when it comes to the windy part coming down the hill, just play it safe. And also watch out for Whistling Diesel coming back from his latest Ferrari durability test. So Daily Race C being the most professional, most serious out of the 3 events, which is usually how it goes, but it leads to some really intense racing if you're fast enough, because if you're a player like me, you're gonna end up finishing with over a minute between you and first place. So yeah, just try and give it a good chance and you might actually enjoy the event. Super fun, not as much contact compared to Daily Race B, but hey, still super tight racing, super fun, and just a great overall gaming experience. Now if I had to rate the races out of 10, Daily Race A, I'm going to give it a solid 8 out of 10. Daily Race B is going to be a 7, and Daily Race C is going to be a solid 7.5 out of 10. So let me know in the comment section down below which is your favorite daily race this week, which one are you tackling, and just what you thought of this video. So thank you so much for watching, thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you guys out on track. Peace.